Minasan, konnichiwa. How's everybody doing? Welcome back. Let's get something out of the way. Let's just jump right into it. Lately, I have been missing a lot of ACW shows. That's Anarchy Championship Wrestling. They're located in Austin, and I feel bad about that because I've made a lot of friends through that promotion, that kind of thing, and I like supporting because I like the company. So today, my topic is going to be something that's probably not going to be the most popular video I ever do. And quite frankly, I don't care. It's my video channel, and this is from my perspective. And this is not meant to, like all my videos, it's not meant to step on anybody's toes, anger anybody, or trying to do anything like that. This is just my opinion of things I like, and people things I like, people respect, and that kind of thing. And so today is about Darin Childs, the architect of Anarchy. I would try and say that this probably won't be as long as my other videos, but you know what? I'm not even gonna make that promise because as much as I am talking about ACW, I gotta give credit where credit is due, and that is to Darin Childs. I know, like, and this is almost, and actually, like, a few years ago, this would have been blasphemy to put these two in the same video. I know at one point like, talking about, Darin Childs and Brandon Oliver, like, saying they talk about Brandon Oliver, if you mention either name, you'll get people who almost want to fight you for whatever reason. Again, that's not my business. I don't work for either of these guys. They just get most of my money. Yeah, I go to a lot of their shows and buy a lot of stuff. Yeah, that does happen quite often, actually. Anyway, so why am I talking about Darin Childs? What, I'm sure there are a few people who are like, why are you wasting video time with this? Glad you asked, random person on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter who's watching this, or maybe not. Anyway, no, because I think personally, and again, kind of like Brandon Oliver, Darin doesn't really get a lot of credit. I think that people are so quick to demonize him. I think this is just wrestling in general, that you kind of forget the stuff that he's done. It's a long list of stuff that's happened in like the past few years, in his personal life and professional life. Things have changed with ACW, things have changed in his life. I'm not talking about that because I don't know anything about that to speak on it. All I know is rumors of rumors. I'm not going to perpetuate them. I'm not going to keep those going. I mean, if you want to ask Darin, what's changed, and he wants to tell you, that's fine. If you ask him, he says none of your business. Guess what? It's really none of your business. It's his life. That's his business. And I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just trying to say, like, as a wrestling fan, what I'm grateful for with what he's done with ACW. Darin Childs, Architect of Anarchy. When I first went to ACW, I said, okay, this is different than what I'm used to, especially on the indie wrestling scene, which I was just getting into at full blast at the time. And, I knew of other places that were like ACW on, like, the East Coast. Like, I kind of equate ACW now to like old school ECW, and even to an extent current day CZW in some respects. And ACW to me has I think did a lot for wrestling in San Antonio, especially. They're located mainly in Austin now, but they were in San Antonio for a number of years, and that's where I got to see over at the venue on Main Street near downtown here in San Antonio. And yeah, I met a lot of guys because of there, man. I met who is Seth Rollins now. He was Tyler Black at the time. I met Bryan Danielson, who's Daniel Bryan now. I've met, Low Key, Roderick Strong. I don't even know why I didn't start the list with this. Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn was in Texas for like a solid year, wrestling almost every month with ACW because he was the ACW heavyweight champion. You can't get more legitimized in a promotion than that, to have Jerry Lynn come and wrestle for you and then do it on a regular basis. And because of ACW, we saw classic matchups. We saw classics with like Masada, Showtime, Jake Pliskin, Mike Dell. You had guys like Gregory Simons come in. You had guys like Dude, what the frick is that guy's name? Roy Fox. Roy Fox. I cannot believe I forgot Roy Fox's name just now. That guy was loads of fun. Yeah, man. But here's the thing though. Whenever promotions quote unquote fall off, which, in my honest opinion, I don't think ACW's like really fallen off. I really don't. I think that there's just some things that people are. Let me be honest. I think wrestling fans are spoiled. I think we were spoiled to death. If every match we see is not a 5-star match, we immediately think the show sucks. This is all of us. I can be this way too. Like, very easily, I can slip into this, and I think that's not fair to the promotions for a variety of reasons. For instance, you can have guys put on a 5-star match is easy, no problem. But sometimes, sometimes maybe, they're injured, they're fatigued, but they go out there and they work their asses off. And so, you got to give them credit for that, for sure. Because, we can't do it. So why are we being so harsh on the guys who can? Is my opinion. And another thing I'm going to give Darin Childs a lot of credit on, and this is, I think, to quote TVTropes.org, your mileage may vary, but in my opinion, the fact that he's held the title belt of his own promotion so very little, and I mean in comparison to the title's history, which is pretty expansive, by the way, is minuscule. I think you gotta give the guy a lot of credit for helping, cultivate a lot of talent. For instance, let's go with the most obvious one. ACH. I've seen ACH wrestle in other places, and I don't think he got nearly as much exposure as he did as when he got to ACW. Because, because who didn't he wrestle? And let's, guys who, who aren't on the national level, but guys who have had, matches against big name guys, like Sean Vex, JT LaMotta, let's mention him. I already mentioned Scott Summers when I said Showtime. Man, that was a throwback. I guess I'm talking about old school ACW. Showtime is the first thing that came to my mind. Scott Summers, but this is just my thing. Is that people are so quick to, when things are different in wrestling, when things change, we want to say this, that, and the other thing, or when people go through personal issues and they have to do this, go through other stuff. And sometimes, some things change about how they do things. Change can be good or bad, but change is change. You just gotta roll with it. To me, personally, I think ACW is doing just fine. If I'm wrong or if your opinion varies, by all means, we all have our own opinions. But at the same time, I don't think, even no matter what your feelings are on ACW or Darin Childs currently, you can't take away what the guy worked hard to bring in. And I know he had, and I know, back in the day he had other partners, Jacob Ladder, Rachel Summerlin, all that other stuff. And, I'm not going to, discredit them either. Because, it takes a lot to run a promotion. And for all their parts, I thank them as well. And to all the parts everybody had, who had running it then and running it now. I'm only saying Darin Childs because that's just the one I'm focusing on. I'm not trying to discredit everybody, because by all means, everyone who has a hand in helping put these shows on, thank you. From a wrestling fan to you guys, thank you. I'm only focusing on Darin Childs because, when things go wrong, it's like everybody blames Darin. Things go right, they say, okay, who did this? All of a sudden, not really Darin. I never got that mentality. I still don't get it because you see it in more places than just ACW. But I'm just saying, for all the flack Darin gets, and it's a lot of flack. There have been a lot of great things he's done for wrestling in San Antonio and Austin area, and I think that's good for Texas in general. And I think, give credit where credit is due, man. I think if you have someone who puts on the shows for the people and people go home happy, they go home, entertained, they go home saying, man, hey, that was It's great. I think you got to give credit where it's due to the wrestlers, of course, and to the guys who helped put them together. It's a team thing. I mean, and there are a lot of stars who don't get as much time other places, and not for and none of that's a bad thing. Each company is building up their their roster as they see fit. AEW is no different. And you get to see all this great talent. That's the great thing about talent in Texas. That's another thing. Is there is so much talent. All these promotions have to pick and choose who they're showing. I just think you gotta credit where credit is due, and that's what I'm doing right now. So so again, to like I said, to Darin Childs, the architect of Anarchy, excuse me. Thanks for the memories, man. And hopefully here's many more to come. Everyone, thank you for watching. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your views and your comments, and keep them coming. I love them. I read them. If I don't always reply, I'm sorry, but please keep your comments coming. Keep your keep your opinions coming. I like to hear them. I really do. I love seeing the email notifications say that there's a new comment. So keep them coming, and because I love them. I really do. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and you guys take care. Minasan, sayonara.